Now, have you heard about some people getting upset in the community about some negative comments lately in their live chats or on their videos, that sort of thing? Well, don't panic. Be calm. Don't worry. If you've got questions about how to handle hate comments, verbal abuse, um, negative things going on in the chats, we've got answers here, and everything's going to be all right. So a few other members have been the target of negative comments. I haven't had any negative comments in a while, and which that does concern me a little bit, because negative comments and hate and jealousy is a sign of success. So if you're not getting at least some of that, and if you are getting some of that, then you're gonna, number one, you're gonna have to understand that that is a success sign, and that comes with success, and that some people are gonna, get frustrated and angry if they're not getting the same success that you are, and they're gonna have some displaced anger. So you have to grow a thick skin and be a little callous towards that, and just understand that it's part of it. And not all people who do that, who do negative comments and stuff like that, are like that all the time. Sometimes some people are just having a bad day, and they're just in a negative state of mind at that point, and then they might go back to being really nice. Some people are downright bipolar, and which is a medical condition that needs help, but it's not for us to be pointing out and diagnosing them and pointing out that they need help and stuff like that. But there's a way to handle this. If you're in a chat and you see bad mouthing, or you're in the comments below a video and you see bad mouthing, whether they're a part of your community or not, if there are moderators there for that reason. It's the responsibility of the moderators to put a stop to that. I don't feel like it's a responsibility of everybody in the chat or everybody involved to jump in there. But if you do want to say something, whether you're a moderator or not, you do want to say something to people that are making negative comments, just make sure you don't say any more than is necessary, because you don't want to, what is the word I'm looking for? You don't want to feed the fire, so to speak. You don't want to get trapped into an argument with somebody who's spoiling for a fight. So you don't want to escalate the situation, is what I'm saying. You just, if you're going to say anything at all, just say, hey, be nice. Unless you're the moderator. Now, if you're the moderator in the chat, then you need to put a stop to it. And I mean, even if you have to boot them, get them out of the chat, or silence their, hide their comments, whatever you got to do, because that's the moderator's job. But if you're just in the chat with somebody, and you either don't speak up at all, or all you say is, hey, be nice, then I don't see a problem with that at all, because you're not the moderator. So the other thing is, you got to let it go. If you have to sing that song from Frozen, let it go, let it go. Once it's dealt with, let it go. And like I said, dealing with it is get rid of that comment. Say, hey, be nice, and then just go on. Move on, because comments like that are not going to make or break your channel. They don't really have any power unless you give them power. You need to be spending your time on other things that grow your channel. And dealing with negative comments is not going to grow your channel. Dealing with negative unless you, except for just deleting them, booting the person, getting rid of them. Once you've done that, it's done. It's over with. You know, move on to things like you're working on your thumbnails. You know, using plugins like Tubebuudy to help you work on your thumbnails, which I have the video previous to this is all about using Tubebuudy to make thumbnails. And it's a free version of doing that. I mean, you can spend your time on downloading the free version of Tubebuudy instead of letting negative commenters hijack your time that you need to be using on doing things like making interesting content, looking at your analytics to see what your watch time is like on your individual videos, and look at when the people drop off. If they're watching, if it's a 5-minute video and they watch till 2 minutes and 15 seconds, be looking at that area where 2 minutes and 30 seconds, what's going on there that caused you to lose your audience, and what can you do different? Be watching other people's videos that comment on your videos, follow it back to their channels, and when you're watching their videos, concentrate on what is it they're doing in these videos. What kind of good habits do they have in their videos and they're on their channel that I could copy and incorporate in my channel and make my channel grow, so I can be so successful that maybe I can start getting some negative comments and some hate comments because of my success. You know, I mean, that's a good problem to have. And you can't get that problem unless you, well, I guess you can still get some negative comments and some negative hates even if you don't have any success, because there are some people out there who just like going around being mean. But you're going to get more of it the more successful you are. And if you want to be more successful, then you need to be doing the success things that are going to get you the jealous negative comments, and then be happy that that is the problem that you have. One of the great men that I was studying, reading one of his books, said that, you know, don't wish for no problems, wish for better problems, because you're never going to not have problems. If you do get in a situation where you finally have no problems at all anymore, that means that you're no longer living. So you don't want no problems, because then it's over, game over, you're done, you know. So point is just concentrate on growing your channel, concentrate on watching other people's videos and helping other people grow their channels, especially in your community. And do another thing that I've caught myself doing yesterday, and that was, I was noticing some really good comments in the comment section of another person's video. They had come and commented on my video, and so I did notice that there was another guy that comments on my videos sometimes, and he had evidently been listening, or he already knew before I even said it. You know, I mean, he might have already known. But the part that I talk about where I say, when you go comment on somebody's channel, look for something in the middle or the end of the video to mention that's good about the video or that you like about the video. So that lets the other person know that you actually did watch the video. It also lets anybody in Google or YouTube that's watching, that's looking to try to identify whether people are good community members, networkers, or if they're sub for sub people, you know, because they are looking for that. They want good, healthy community. They want community building. They don't want sub for sub. And so I noticed that this guy had mentioned something near the end of the video. I hadn't even got to the end of the video yet. And he wasn't so specific that he gave away what it was, but that he liked it and he said a little bit about it. That did two things. That, number one, made me think this is a really good comment. And this guy's a really good commenter. And I already was a supporter of his channel and I already knew what his channel was about. If it wasn't, I would have run over and supported his channel. I did go over after that and watch one of his videos because it reminded me who he was and what he did, and he's a good member of the community. But the fact that he comments that way reminds me that if you comment that way, you're going to get more people seeing your comments and coming to your channel. If somebody's putting negative comments on there, I mean, I don't know if that is going to motivate somebody to go to their channel. It's the wrong people. You know, you don't want people going to your channel that are motivated by negative comments to come see what you're about. You want nice people who are motivated by seeing your nice comments and your complimentary comments. And that's another thing you learn in sales training is compliments and being nice to people get you sales. And it works the same way in comments. You make nice comments like what this guy did, and it was Wrestler Mania who gave the really good comment on the channel that I was looking at. So shout out to Wrestler Mania for putting really good, positive, complimentary comments. You're doing a great job on your comments. So I put a similar comment on there, and of the like 12 to 20 comments that were on that video, there were really only the 2 comments that he had put on there and that I had put on there that actually complimented something in the video in a way that it was obvious that we actually watched the video and that we were using compliments and learning stuff from the video. One of the things that I mentioned in the video was about how when the guest on his video mentioned certain cars, he flashed a picture up in the corner of the screen of the cars that the guy was mentioning, so that people who didn't know what those kind of cars looked like could see those cars. I thought that was a really great idea and something that I can use on my channel. And that's what I'm saying is if you're looking for things like that, even if they're making, you know, they're part of your community and they're making content that you're not that interested in, you can still learn a great deal from actually watching their videos. Another thing that makes you really good, that's way better to be worried about than negative comments. Negative comments just are not valuable enough to take up any of your time, and they have no power if you don't spend any time thinking about them or worrying about them. What if you want to worry about something, you need to worry about what is it that YouTube wants in your behavior in the community on the platform. And don't worry about what other people think you should be doing on the platform, what they are saying in your comments that you should be doing. Don't worry about that. They're not YouTube. They don't run YouTube. They don't make the policies. They have no power unless you give it to them. Now, if YouTube sends you a letter and says that, hey, you know, a negative letter or negative comment that, hey, you're doing this and we don't like it, or we're doing that and we don't like it, then woo, yeah, then worry, then get upset, then you know, start changing your behavior. You know, if somebody that is YouTube certified and very experienced expert like Daryl Eves or or Roberto Blake makes a comment on your channel that, hey, you shouldn't be doing this, it's against, you know, YouTube policies, then you should be like, ooh, well, I you know, I changed my behavior, I shouldn't do that, and don't do that anymore. But they're not going to say it in a hateful or mean way. You know, those kind of guys would never say it in a hateful or mean way. So, you know, but if they do say something that they think they don't agree with something you're doing, then, you know, you should definitely pay attention to that. Then you can worry about that. But otherwise, if it's somebody else, then they probably don't know what they're talking about. You know, and they're, especially if you go look at their channel, they just got a few videos and hardly any subscribers, and but even then you check to see if they've got other channels, because we've got other channels that are way more successful than this one is right now. And so the point is just spend your time on things like your content, your thumbnails, your going and watching other people's videos and supporting them and commenting on them, tweeting out other people's videos and your own to promote your videos and promote the videos of the other people in your community, and building your community, and being nice to people, because that really works. You know, being nice to other people on YouTube really helps you grow. And, you know, helping them helping them and helping their channel really helps your channel. You know, and just avoid even talking about the other, anything negative that goes on, and just be aware that it's going to happen, and that it's part of it, and it's going to, the more successful you become, the more often it's going to happen, and the more you're going to need to be in the habit of ignoring it and not thinking about it, not talking about it. As a matter of fact, you're not going to see another video on this subject. This is going to be it. This is all the time I'm going to dedicate to this, and it's not going to be any more time dedicated to this, because we don't need to be worrying about this. We need to be, like I said, getting plugins like Tubebuudy and using them, exploring all the things that Tubebuudy can do for you. That's a much better use of your time. Watching other people's videos and making nice comments, looking for the nice comments. And oh, another thing I did when I saw that nice comment on that other video is that I put a reply to the comment, pointing out that I thought it was a great comment. And you know, you can do that. That's a much better use of your time than telling other people you don't like their comment because you think their comment's negative. Start looking for the positive comments and the good comments, the comments that are full of compliments and things like that, that point out things in the video so that it's obvious that they actually watched the whole video. And look for those kind of comments and start replying to those. Hey, I think you made a great comment here, and that's going to help your channel, because it lets people know that you're you know, giving compliments, that you're positive, that you have a positive attitude. And then let's just go back to concentrating on all that. And if you're worried about the people that are upset right now, they'll calm down. They'll calm down and things will go back to normal. And you know, I know there were some things said about, well, you know, if you don't do this or say that, then you're not going to be allowed in a certain people's chat anymore. Well, that's not true here. You're allowed in my chat, and unless you are the person that actually makes the negative comments yourself, and even then, if you come and you were just having a bad day or something and you say that and you apologize for the negative comment and stuff, then fine, away we go. But if you were just in the chat when this was going on and you didn't know what to say and you don't know what to say and you didn't say anything, I don't have a problem with that. You just come on over here and participate in our live chat all you want to. And there's lots of other live chats. I mean, we have a whole schedule full of lives. That there's going to be plenty of lives for you to be in the Insane Friends community, the same community, the Iamacreator community. You know, things are not going to fall apart because of a few negative comments, and you're not going to get shut out if you don't stamp out the negative comments. You know, there's going to be plenty of community building places to go. I mean, I can't see the live chat right now because I did something wrong with the setup here, and I don't know if y'all are asking questions or what questions you're asking, and I apologize for that. But you know, support each other and be nice to each other, and you know, enjoy yourselves, enjoy the journey. Don't worry about any negativity. It's going to pass, and it's going to come back again, and then it's going to pass, and then it's going to come back again, and it's going to pass. It's going to ebb and flow and ebb and flow. And as we get more and more successful, there's going to be more of it. But you know what? The 80-20 rule applies. If there's less than 20% negative now, which there is way less than 20% negative now, when we're much more successful and there's a lot more commenting going on and there's a lot more people and there's going to be a lot more negative, but it's still going to be less than 20%. It's all going to be 80%, 90% positivity and nice people and nice stuff going on. And I mean, we really got it good going on here. So don't worry. I hate to sound cliche, but don't worry, be happy and be glad for what we got and be thankful. Do your thankfulness exercises and say three things that you're thankful for, you know, and just move and just keep on keeping on. All right. Thank you for showing up and listening to all of this. And I hope you learned something and it helped you in some way. And go out there and help somebody else with their channel. It will come back to you.